Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will be discussing how to append file or write file using file operations. So this will be a folder with the evidence document with some of the text files, source files. And as you can see, there are no other files. But as we start appending files and creating new files using write operations, you will see more and more text files appearing here in the folder. So we will open our IDE Visual Studio Code, and then we will go to the file menu. From here, I'll open the open folder, and I will include the source folder that has been provided to me in CIE. For example, source files. I'll select this folder, and this particular folder will appear on the left in the Explorer window. Now I will start my Python program. I'll say new file. I can go from here as well, new file, and I will open a new Python file. And I am going to try my append operation in file, text files. So I'll use my exception handling, try. And let's say file name. I'm asking the user to input file name, enter file name, right? Okay, so, and we are trying to append. So file is equal to open file name and A for append, right? So then, for example, I just want to append three new data items in the file. So I just want to have a loop of 3, student name, and I want to say student name, input student name, and then comes the actual line which will write the data or append the data onto the text file, which is going to be file.write student name, and plus is the concatenation operator, and then we will have backward slash and new line. This is the new line character. This means each new name of the student will appear on a new line in the text file. And at the end, we must close our file. Except file could not be appended. Okay, so students, in all file operations, you should always just use try except exception handling, whether it is mentioned in the question or not. It is best to use exception handling for all file operations of read, write, and append. Okay, so let me run this program now. Okay, and let me name this file. For example, question 2. This is going to be according to my part A of every question. For example, question 2A says that the name of your Python file should be question2 underscore J26. So I will be using the same name for my Python file, for my program file. All right. And now let me run it. And as you can see on the left, I just have hash data.txt up till now, no other file. But I am right now creating a new file, because append operation would create a new file if there wasn't a file. And if there is an existing file, then the data would be just appended to the end. Data would be added to the existing file. But if the file does not exist, append would create the file first. So for example, file name is new students.txt. New students.txt is the file name, and let's say Aisha is the name of the student, Zara, and then Heather. Okay, so these are the 3 students that should be added to the text file. So have a look at the Explorer, students. Over here, automatically a new file has been created, which is new students.txt. If I click on this file, I can see the contents over here. All the 3 names have been successfully added to the text file. And since the file did not exist, Append mode created a new file for me. And then all the data items were added to the same file. Now, if I run this program again, what will happen? 3 more data items would be appended to the same file. So let me kill the terminal first, kill terminal, always start fresh, and then let me run it. And I should use the same name now, okay? So it is going to be new students dot txt. I'm taking the name from here, new students.txt. I'm writing it as it is, and then I'm adding 3 more names. For example, Jack, Peter, Simon. Okay. And if I click on this particular file now, I would be seeing 3 plus 3, 6, a total of 6 names. So 3 more names have been appended to the same existing file. All right, so students, this was the append operation, right? And now let me show you, if I don't want to add the names on a new line, but I want to add names on the same line, what would happen? So for example, now I am, instead of having the new data items on a new line, I am concatenating all the data items on the same line in the text file. So let me run this now. Start fresh, kill terminal first, and then let's run it. And now I'm going to use another file name. Let's say new admissions .txt. This is the new file that will be created. As you can see right now, we don't have this file, but this will be created. See, new admissions.txt has been created. Input student name, let's say Alia, Sana, and Sarah. Okay, so let's have a look at this file, new admissions.txt. And all the 3 names are here. Alia, Sana, and Sarah on the same line. Why are they on the same line? Because the data was concatenated and written to the same line because of this line number 8. All right. So these are the 3 ways of writing data on a file, appending data, because we are using append mode. And now I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use the write mode. So if I use, for example, over here, write mode, and let's say I don't want to ask for the file name. I want to write down the file name here myself, which is, for example, test data.txt. Okay. For example, I want to use the file name test data.txt, and now I want to write data, and each new data item will be written on a new line. So data could not be. Okay, so let's kill the terminal and start. Okay, so testdata.txt has been created automatically, as you can see over here, testdata.txt, and I'm writing the student name, for example, Jack, Ali, and Taha, right? Okay, so let's open this file, testdata.txt, and yes, all the 3 names are there. And now I want to check my folder that was provided to me, ICI. Let me have a look at this folder. See, initially there was just one text file, and now all of the other files I have just created, right? This was created in the write mode, and every time the program would run, the old data would be overwritten by the new data in write mode. And I can have a look at the other files as well. These were the files that my Python program had created, right? So students, I hope this was useful. Thank you. Best of luck and take care.